I know Chiggs is in here recording this.
No Chig Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know Chig gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
You're not stupid, Peter. You know better. In this instance, you're just full of shit.
With the energy that people have behind the women's basketball national team, you would assume that the team wasn't already picked and the players and roster is not being moved. But that doesn't stop Peter Rosenberg and Stephen A. Smith to go at it based on their views, and Stephen A. Smith calling Peter Rosenberg a liar. What's up, y'all? It's your man Talk This World reporting for the Chick Smooth channel. We gotta talk about this. Interest in women's basketball is at an all-time high. Too bad though, the interest is actually about the conversation around women's basketball, not the actual games. So when the US national team picked the players that was going to represent the US in the Olympics, Stark rookie Caitlin Clark's absence made a lot of people question why she wasn't included. The two sides of the debate seem to be merit, while the other side is saying marketing and numbers. You can choose either or. The question is when the lines get blurred and people aren't able to tell their position. Before we get into how Stephen A. responded, let's hear what Peter Rosenberg had to say about it.
Almost like Caitlin Clark has been drafted without her own choice to being like the face of white fragility. People are like, we want you to be all of the concerns we have about white people getting treated, quote, unfairly. We're going to put that on you, Caitlin Clark. And she's like, no, I'm just here to play basketball, and like whatever comes my way, like I'm good with it. Like, you know, I just trying my best to be. Oh, I didn't make the team? Oh, you know, I'll probably make it next time. That would be cool. It's something to work for. Good luck to the ladies of USA basketball. No, Caitlin. No, it's not that simple. They're trying to hold you back, Caitlin Clark. And that's why Stephen A. is catching the button, because he's jumping in on this train of the Caitlin Clark's not being treated fairly by the world, which is not only unfair, actually, to Caitlin Clark. Not only are you ruining it, like we have something awesome and everyone is ruining it, but you're also being unfair to all the other women in this league who don't deserve to be treated like props.
After hearing this, Stephen A. did not hold back.
Yo, Stephen A. is propping Caitlin Clark up as a victim. What, you the white boy now that's gravitating to black folks? And you want to make folks believe, hey, you know something? I mean, this is the latest thing that he's doing against y'all. Is that what this is? You sitting there and you on a station, they playing hip hop music that make you down now? You think you know us better than me? Is that what this is? Peter, you go on a Michael K show. Caitlin Clark's the sports topic. You couldn't call a brother? You couldn't ask me yourself? You couldn't know what the hell you were talking about before you went out there and said some bullshit like that? Really?
Stephen A. will continue to point out that when other media personalities have disagreements with him, before they mention him on a podcast or a show, they call him to clarify his position.
Michael K. would have called. Host of people would have called. DJ Envy would have called. Charlamagne the God would have called. Ebro would have called. Where the hell you at? You know my number. What kind of bullshit is that? You trying to gain favor with a different community? What is it?
So Stephen A. really has a problem with how his position is being depicted, more than an actual disagreement on what should be done for the Olympics and women's basketball as a whole.
When did I sit up there and try to prop Caitlin Clark up as some victim? I'm talking about the marketing of women's basketball across the globe. I'm making the case that marketing for women in this particular situation is more important than the merits. If Caitlin Clark had to be on the team as a 12th man, or woman rather, so be it. Because it's good for the popularity and the exposure for women's sports, which will ultimately elevate them all, which is what they've been saying they've wanted. Of course it's gonna hurt people that have merits, that definitely deserve to be on the team. Of course somebody's gonna get screwed. Nobody is advertising that with a smile on their face.
This disagreement on what the focus should be on how to grow the game and the popularity of that sport seems to get blurred when people like Shannon Sharpe previously had one standard of who could qualify to be in the Olympics, and suddenly there seems to be a change in that ideology. Previously, we had similar debates regarding Sha'Carri Richardson, whether or not she should be able to compete in the Olympic Games after being suspended for testing positive for marijuana. At the time, Shannon Sharpe was asked, "Unc, what's your thoughts on Sha'Carri Richardson? It's disappointing she not competing at least." He responded to that, in 2022, she could have competed. She didn't qualify to compete. Stop the bull jive antics, train hard. Sports aren't sympathetic. You do or you don't. That was 2022. Now with that situation being brought back up, someone said on Twitter, Sha'Carri Richardson should have been allowed to run in the last Olympics because of popularity and ratings, especially since she was our best sprinter. Did anyone argue that? And Shannon Sharpe now says, don't do that, Clarence, because now it's about popularity and ratings. But back then, literally 2 years ago, it was just stop the bull jive antics, train hard, sports aren't sympathetic. The disagreement seems to be not in what people actually believe, but in the constant switching based on who they like. What do you think? Would the marketing help the sport grow? Yes, but is that more important than letting the best players play? Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Peace.
Quick shout out to the sponsor of this video today, Youth Fountain Labs. Make sure you guys use promo code CHIGS at checkout.
If you are over the age of 35, stop everything you're doing right now. After a lifetime of eating fatty foods, you may run the risks of a stroke or heart attack due to plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. To learn how you can reduce your risks, visit youthfountainlab.com. or call 1-800-853-7856 today.
That's CHIGS, CHIGS at checkout.
Hey guys, shop with my boy Chick Smooth at chicksmooth.shop.